Rants.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Festival.
Look, before the night is over, let's just make sure you never, ever come on like hot and like live. You know what I mean? Like, let's make sure you're muted every time. The people can't take it.
Hey, this is a two-way street. I saw you run your video, so.
You did?
Yeah.
I was doing it on purpose, hoping y'all look. This is fun. Here's a fun fact for people behind the scenes. Rance and I have been professionally performing for about 20 years now. It's the best. It's the best. This is how you say a new medium.
Yeah.
Even though we've done television and commercial work, it's not the same. Zoom is how you say we are not all the way there yet.
Yes.
But look at these backgrounds and look at these improv teams and look at these charities you're supporting. So get off my back already. Hey, also thank you for watching this tonight. If you're watching from home or on your phone or on your tablet or whatever, thank you so much for doing that. Rance and I have these donation screens that we're going to try to leave up frequently throughout the rest of the night tonight so that you can know where to donate and where that money is going. Not only is it going to sustain a brick and mortar Nest Theater, which is the only dedicated improv space in Columbus, Ohio, and possibly all of Ohio. I don't know about that. I think it's the only brick and mortar space dedicated to that. I know other people have rentals and stuff like that too, which we should also support. But boy, we're gonna hemorrhage some serious cash here until June, about $26,000, because brick and mortar theaters are expensive. Rance and I don't take a salary from the Nest Theater, even though we're the founders and artistic directors. We give it back into the space because we believe that art should be accessible for all humans. So 500 students, 500 performers, please give to this space. But all that art stuff aside, which thank you for watching. You must like art and comedy. We're also donating tonight to GiveDirectly.org, which is a charity that directly benefits people that are underamplified or need help directly facing the crisis of COVID-19. So GiveDirectly.org is a very vetted, cool, just a cool nonprofit that does great things and like actually hands direct funding to people that have no access to that kind of thing in an expedited way. I think it's a really cool charity. So we're going to try to give to them as well. So please give generously if you're able, and sit back and laugh if you're not. We like you.
Yeah. I think we're good to go, don't you think, Tara?
I think so. Hey, this team, I think it's important to kind of know that we've known them for a number of years, at least in many iterations, and a good number of their members attend a place that we curate called the Improv Retreat in Wisconsin, outside of Chicago. That thing has been running for 6 or 7 years now. I can't believe it. A sold-out improv camp where people go to the woods and commune and take classes and all that. We met a lot of their troupe around that time that the first year it was started, if not right before it. And their full name is Monkey Business Institute. They do all kinds of improvisation, short form, long form forms, musicals, genre-based stuff. And tonight they'll be presenting a really fun show for you. They're delightful people from Madison, Wisconsin. I've got 4 names already written down that they asked for. I don't have their Rance, why don't you look on the stream for their the crime, and you can give the crime and I'll give the names. Let's have them come on out. And bring them out. So give a big round of applause, everybody at home, for Monkey Business Institute MBI Improv. Hi, team.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, so we're gonna gather your stuff right now. Just say hi and tell people about your form.
Sure. So we're trying something fun and new. We've been working on it for a little while, and it's basically an interrogation format. So you've given us our crime and our character names. You see Mark with the bright angel light behind him. He's mostly going to be off camera, but he is our interrogator. So he will be asking questions of us. And as we proceed to get interrogated, if we mention the name of another character, it'll just switch over to that character as if they're kind of in the same part of their interrogation. And we're hoping, if this works, that you watching on Facebook Live can chime in some questions along the way that Mark can ask, keeping in mind that we're probably almost a minute, you're almost a minute leg behind us, but we'll see if we can make it work. At the end of all this interrogating, and after we've added lots of details, we are going to portray that scene for you as it organically came together in our interrogation.
Oh.
That's awesome. And like they said, they're a little bit behind us because MBI is in the future, baby. But they'll be looking back at that suggestion feed to get your suggestions from home. Thanks, MBI. Do you want your 4 names or your crime first?
Crime.
Rants.
Your crime is starting a unicorn fighting ring.
I love it. Are you ready for your names? In no specific order because gender is a construct.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll toss out 4, and do you want to claim them?
Sure.
I love it. Name number 1 is Winston Synagogue.
I'll take it.
Name number 2 is Dash Whiplock. Name number 3 is Dr. Lorna Doone. And name number 4 is Reginald Buttersnatch. These were incredible. Thank you, viewers.
All right. I am Reginald Buttersnatch. Okay, case number 16770. Case unicorn fighting ring downtown. Go ahead and flip on visual and room 1A there, Patty. All right. State your name for the record, please.
My name is Dr. Lorna Doone, and you, sir, should treat me with a little more respect.
Well, I'm sorry if I upset you, miss. So you know why you're here. We caught you in possession of 7 unicorns, all of them in various stages of wounded.
You mean various stages of health, don't you? None of them were close to death or anywhere. Look, I don't think that you really understand who I am exactly. You see, I am a doctor, and as a doctor, I have certain rights, and I don't need to be here. I don't need to talk to you, frankly.
Yeah, you do, actually. Dr. Lorna Doone. Fantasy creature veterinarianism is a licensed part of this state's economy. And frankly, what you did was wrong.
Well, you think I was in this by myself? No. You really should be talking to Mr. Synagogue if you want the real culprit behind this heinous crime, which I had very little to do with.
Did you on room 3, Patty? All right, Mr. Synagogue, pardon me. I don't want to overstate your credentials. So Dr. Lorna Doone says that this unicorn fighting ring might be your doing.
What? Did she say that?
She inferred it and kind of said it.
Look, I don't know what you've heard, but unicorns are very aggressive animals. They take it upon themselves to fight. I had nothing to do with it. Sure, I might be there when it happens sometimes, but to encourage them to fight, not necessary. You get more than one horned horse in a place at a time, and they're going to go at it. That's how it works.
All right, well, okay, let's start at the beginning. This night is the only night that we know about. Let's start at the beginning of the night.
All right, look, we were getting together to exchange recipes like we do every week. Innocent enough, and we thought, hey, why not do it out at the park? It's nice. And next thing you know, while we're there, a couple of unicorns come by, and look, there may have been some friendly wagering. We didn't put them up to it, but they started going at it, and my friend Dash said, hey, my money's on the big one. What do you think?
So you're saying that you exchanged recipes around a ring. How do you explain the sharpened horses and horseshoes?
Hey, that's what it looked like when we got there. I mean, I did not bring those. Maybe one of the others did. You know, we do have a veterinarian in the group, but look, Dash is really the equipment specialist. You know, I bring my little recipe cards. I was sharing a great bread recipe. But any sort of equine footwear, that is not my department. I did not leave anything like that there. You're gonna have to talk to Dash.
Oh yeah, yes. Of course, I brought the equipment. Yes, you may know me from the 1994 Unicorn Fighting Championships. You see, I am quite a savant when it comes to unicorn. I'm fluent in their language. I know how to build special sharpened hoof claws, such as that. I'm also the only person to ever have successfully ridden a unicorn through a crowded street. Yes, but that night, we were exchanging recipes, and some unicorns came out of the forest near the park. It was Angel Park, I believe, and, you know, I might have said in unicorn, are there any unicorns around here? But I say that all the time. It's just something I say. So we watched them for a while. They were quite feisty and randy. It was two unicorn stallions, a rarer breed, I might say, striped. And then that's when the good doctor, she said to us, these animals need to get rid of their aggression. And that's what she said to us.
So, for heckin's sake, Dr. Lorna Doone, you were just telling me that, I was just hearing from Dash that maybe you might have medically prescribed this unicorn fight?
Well, look, unicorns, they have a lot of aggression. And, well, hospital bills are not cheap, you know. As a unicorn veterinarian, I'm afraid I have to charge full price. And, well, there are a few ways that they can work off their debts to me. And you know, if I were to maybe let it slip that fighting was a lucrative profession in the park on certain days of the week, well, that's certainly no fault of mine. And, well, they need to get the aggression out anyways. So, I mean, I don't see what the harm in it is. Everybody wins in this scenario. They get to pay their bills. They're not aggressive. I get to meet up with Dash, who's very dashing, wouldn't you say? Did you know that he's the only man to ride a unicorn through a crowded street? It's quite an accomplishment.
So speaking of paying money there, we got your recipe book. I'm sure you prescribing fighting has nothing to do with the fact that all of these recipes call for unicorn blood.
You give that recipe book back right now. How? You're not allowed to have it. I didn't say you could have it.
It's in evidence, Dr. Lorna Doone. What you did was a crime. All right, Dash, flip me over to Dash, would you? All right, so Dash, is this your Craigslist ad? I'm going to put it on your monitor there. It says Unicorn Fight Club, win big money, ask for butter snatch.
I should tell you how I got that nickname, but it's too long a story for this particular venue. Anyway, that's me.
That's my last name, you know. I'm Benedict Buttersnatch. I feel like this is targeted harassment.
Well, the fact that I got that nickname does actually have something to do with you. I don't want to embarrass you, though.
No embarrassment on my end. The police badge is shiny enough to reflect all that off of me. All right.
Anyway, you were mentioning about the unicorn blood, yes?
Yeah, all these recipes we got from Dr. Lorna Doone call for unicorn blood.
Right. Now usually that is unavailable in your typical place of purveyance. You cannot just walk into a store and buy unicorn blood. Now, in recipe ingredient substitution book, it does say that you can actually use a pinch of cayenne and a lady's sweat. But that is not quite as effective. So, you know, in this random happenstance perchance that these striped unicorns come out of the forest and fight, well, you know, with a little aid from some sharpened horseshoes, unicorn shoes, you know, it's just our fortune, our good fortune that a little blood was leaked. No harm, no foul. That's when Synagogue comes in because he's got his home remedies for staunching up wounds and such.
All right, Mr. Synagogue. Been implicated in the dissemination of unicorn blood for staunching wounds. Maybe I got this wrong.
You know, a lot of people will tell you that you could use cayenne and lady sweat as a substitute. Not the same thing, let me tell you. Look, I would not favor any unicorn bloodletting, but if you happen to come across some unicorn blood, look, all it takes is, you know, there's some other ingredient. It's a proprietary blend. I'm not going to tell you my recipe, but the fact is, you can really do some wonders. It's not only delicious and nutritious, but it's healing as well. And look, I wasn't going to say anything, but things really got out of hand. I don't know if you know this, but Dr. Doon, she wrote a book. She included some recipes, and look, she included my secret recipe on the unicorn blood healing stew. And she didn't credit me. She did not credit me. And, you know, when I confronted her about it, look, she's got this nervous habit. She starts reciting nursery rhymes. So you can't believe anything she says once she starts doing that. It's like, it's the best lie detector there is. You start hearing some Humpty Dumpty, some Mary Had a Little Lamb. She's not telling you the whole story.
Did I credit him? Mr. Butterscotch is a bottom feeder. There's no way I would deface my book with his name. No one would take me seriously. I mean, you have to know, that man can get anything on the black markets, anything. And look, did he give me the recipe? Maybe. Did I use it in my book? Yes. But I did add some very important modifications to it, all right? I added 2 teaspoons of thyme to the recipe. It's very different. It changes the whole taste entirely. You can ask Mr. Dash about it. He tried it and he said it was very good. He said it was better, in fact, than that terrible Mr. Synagogue's recipe.
Yes, Lorna's recipes are indeed superb. I've got a little bit of a fondness for Lorna. That's why I felt it was necessary to save her from the rogue unicorn stallion's attempts at bringing the violence outside of the 2 unicorns. So of course I spoke it down, and it allowed her to ride off into the sunset, as you will. All's well that ends well.
How about that unicorn stabbing you got then? This isn't your first time, is it?
Oh, no. I could just categorize up and down my body, all the wounds and where they came from and such. Yes, I'm an old veteran at unicorn wounds.
What color is unicorn blood then?
Unicorn blood? It's purple. Yes. The royal, if you will. But you've got nothing to prove on us, have you? So.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do. Hooker, bring in the tape. Yeah, we got a full recording of the night's activities. It turns out Mr. Synagogue wasn't too happy with Dr. Morna doing.
Oh.
Yeah, let me just play that back for y'all.
For the last time, I will not credit you with the book.
That is my recipe. I want credit.
That is my recipe now, and I once had a cow that ran across the road, and it was carrying a heavy load, and before long, oh God.
Look, I brought 3 more recipes I was going to share with you guys tonight, but I'm not going to share them if you're just going to publish them and not give me credit.
Oh, you're such a sourpuss, synagogue. Lorna, I love all your recipes.
Oh, thank you, Dash. You are too kind to say so.
We all love the recipes. That's not the point.
I have a big surprise.
Well, let's see.
Listen for a moment.
Do I sense the particular whinnies of some of my patients, perhaps?
Yes, here they come. And look, I've brought these lovely, sharpened unicorn shoes.
You are a genius, Dash, if I do say so myself.
Oh, here they come.
They look feisty. Oh, they look angry.
Buzz out,
Get the
synagogue.
shoes on.
Oh, they're magnificent.
What do you say? You want to make it interesting?
Yes.
Tell you what. What's that?
You're suggesting a wager?
I am. I was. You know. I mean, they're pretty clearly ready to fight. So, look, whatever happens, happens. But I'm not opposed to taking a little action on it.
All right, let's say 100. I'll take the small one.
You'll take the small one.
Yes.
All right. I think you're making a big mistake, but 100 it is.
I know a little more about striped unicorns than me. I mean, I know more than you.
All right, so I'll talk to the contestants and make sure they know it's a clean game.
Lorna, your unicorn is coming along.
Stop.
Look, you know I get a little aroused when you talk like that. So you promised me you wouldn't do that in my presence anymore.
Buzz out, synagogue.
Oh, look at him. Oh, go.
Yes.
Oh, look at them. Oh my, I got to get my bucket. There's some good stuff.
Oh, real unicorn blood.
Oh no. What is that down the way?
It's a huge bull unicorn.
Oh my God. It's beautiful.
Whoa.
No, it's not friendly.
MBI Improv, Monkey Business Institute.
Look, if I had a penny for every improv show that ended that way. Thank you, Monkey Business Institute.
Thank you.